AI sector right now isn't really about technology, it's about the market structure. Shares in Zippo, listed as Knowledge Atlas Technology in Hong Kong, have more than quadrupled this year, pushing its market value past $30 billion. Minimax Group has more than doubled. Meanwhile, Alibaba and Tencent, companies reporting a record engagement across their AI platforms and embedding large language models into the cloud, commerce, advertising, and social products used by hundreds of millions are trading below where they started this year. On the surface, this makes no sense, but look closer and a familiar pattern emerges, one that has less to do with China and more to do with how public markets are pricing scarcity. The world's most prominent AI model developers like OpenAI, Anthropic, xAI, Mistral remain privately held. That means institutional investors, fund managers, and retail participants who want pure play exposure to frontier AI have almost nowhere to go to direct that capital into public markets. Zibo and Minimax aren't just valued on their technological merits alone, they are also absorbing the demand that has no other outlet. That premium that they command reflects the structural scarcity of the investable AI assets, not necessarily a superior business model. We have seen this playbook before. In the United States, Palantir and C3.ai traded at extreme multiples during the early phases of AI wave, while Microsoft and Alphabet, companies that were actually deploying AI at massive scale across search, cloud, and enterprise software, received comparatively modest AI premiums layered on top of their existing valuations. The market rewarded narrative purity over operational reality, and the same dynamic is now playing out in China, filtered through its own set of constraints. However, that is not to say that the Chinese AI startups lack substance. Zippo's recently released DLM5 model reportedly approaches some of the capabilities of leading Western frontier models. Minimax has built meaningful traction, but their valuations assume a trajectory that requires rapid customer acquisition, sustained capital access, and the ability to convert research breakthroughs into recurring revenue, none of which is guaranteed at this point. The capital access question out here deserves particular attention. The established tech giants self-fund their AI ambitions from mature cash-generative businesses. Alibaba's e-commerce and cloud networks produce recurring revenue. Baidu's search business has long underwritten its AI investments. Tencent's gaming, advertising, and payment ecosystem generate the kind of steady cash flow that can absorb years of AI infrastructure spending without any existential risk. And when we consider the valuations, Tencent's current valuation, roughly 15 times forward earnings, more than a third below its multiple from 3 years ago, before the current AI wave even began. The market appears to be pricing in a combination of regulatory overhangs, slower growth in legacy businesses, and skepticism about the near-term AI monetization. But that discount also means that even modest improvements in the ad pricing, transaction volumes, or cloud adoption can translate into meaningful earnings growth when applied at Tencent scale. The margin of safety is substantial here. For the sovereign wealth funds and large institutional allocators with significant China tech exposure, including Singapore's GIC and Temasek, both of which hold meaningful positions across the sector, this valuation bifurcation raises a strategic question. Do you chase the narrative-driven pure play at 100 times of revenue, or do you lean into the cash-generative incumbents wherein AI upside comes as an embedded option rather than the entire thesis? History suggests that when the scarcity premium eventually compresses, as it did for many US AI pure plays once the market broadened, the incumbents with real cash flows tend to hold up better. So what we're trying to say is that none of this means that the Chinese AI startups are bad companies or that their technology lacks promise. It means that the current prices reflect a market structure phenomenon as much as a fundamental one. And investors aren't just betting on Zifu and Minimax, they're betting on AI itself. And these happen to be amongst the very few public vehicles through which that bet can be placed.